Welcome back to the role of herbalists in ancient and medieval healthcare, part 3 of our series. Today, we're diving even deeper into how herbal medicine developed during the Middle Ages, influenced by trade, culture, and faith. In this video, we'll explore the role of the Silk Road and other trade routes in bringing exotic herbs like ginger and cinnamon to Europe, revolutionizing medieval healthcare. We'll discuss how religious beliefs, especially within monasteries, shaped herbal practices and encouraged healers to view plants as divine tools for healing. You'll also discover how medieval herbalists tackled illnesses like the Black Death using natural remedies, some of which are still valued today. Finally, we'll see how this exchange of knowledge between East and West laid the groundwork for a holistic approach to medicine that continues to inspire modern herbalism. In the Middle Ages, herbal medicine was not limited to the plants that grew locally. The expansion of trade routes across Europe, Asia, and the Middle East introduced a wealth of foreign herbs and spices that transformed the herbal practices of medieval healers. These trade routes, such as the famous Silk Road, allowed European herbalists to access exotic herbs and spices that had never been seen before in the West. Through the spice trade, new plants with powerful medicinal properties began to flow into Europe, enhancing the knowledge and practices of herbalists. Herbs like ginger, saffron, and cinnamon became highly sought after for their healing properties. Ginger, imported from Asia, was used to treat digestive issues and colds. Its warming effect made it a popular remedy for illnesses related to cold and dampness, common in Europe's harsh winters. Cinnamon, another prized spice from the East, was not only valued for its rich flavor, but also for its medicinal uses. It was believed to help improve circulation and treat coughs, making it a valuable tool in a medieval herbalist toolkit. These foreign herbs were transported by merchants and traders, who brought them into major European port cities like Venice, Genoa, and Constantinople. As the spice trade grew, the knowledge of these herbs spread from region to region, reaching monasteries, apothecaries, and village healers. Venice became a major hub for the spice trade, where European herbalists could access exotic plants like turmeric, cardamom, and frankincense, each with unique healing properties. This influx of new herbs expanded the range of remedies available to medieval healers. The introduction of foreign herbs also encouraged medieval herbalists to document these new discoveries in their texts. Manuscripts from this period began to include sections on plants from the East, noting their uses, preparation methods, and even their trade routes. The integration of these foreign herbs transformed medieval healthcare. Spices like cloves and pepper were used to treat infections and improve digestion. Their potent properties helped herbalists create stronger and more effective remedies for a variety of ailments. While local herbs like sage and nettle remained staples in medieval medicine, the addition of these powerful spices allowed healers to treat more complex conditions. Wealthy patients in particular could afford these expensive spices, and their use became a symbol of both health and status. As foreign herbs became more widely available, their influence began to shape the practice of herbalism throughout Europe. Monks and scholars expanded their herbal manuscripts, blending local knowledge with the wisdom of the East. These texts helped bridge the gap between East and West, creating a more comprehensive understanding of herbal medicine. Monks and healers experimented with combinations of local and foreign herbs, finding new ways to treat illnesses and maintain health. Herbalists didn't just use these new plants for their medicinal properties. They also began experimenting with how to combine local herbs with foreign spices, creating more complex and effective remedies. This blending of herbal traditions led to new discoveries and innovations in medieval healthcare. The spice trade not only brought exotic herbs into the hands of medieval healers, but it also created a cultural exchange of medicinal knowledge. Through these foreign plants, herbalists were able to enhance their practice, paving the way for the future of natural medicine. Today, we continue to benefit from the influence of these foreign herbs, many of which remain key ingredients in modern herbal medicine. The legacy of the medieval spice trade reminds us of the rich, interconnected history of herbalism stretching from east to west. Religion played a profound role in the everyday life of medieval Europe, shaping not only spiritual beliefs but also medical practices. Herbalism in the Middle Ages was deeply intertwined with religious faith, with monks and healers often viewing their knowledge of plants as a divine gift from God. For many medieval healers, the use of plants in medicine was seen as part of God's plan. The belief was that God had provided every plant for a specific purpose, and it was humanity's duty to discover and use these plants to heal both body and soul. In monasteries across Europe, monks and nuns often served as healers, tending to the sick and wounded with remedies made from the herbs they grew in their gardens. Their work was guided by both religious texts and ancient medical knowledge, creating a unique blend of faith and healing. Many of these religious healers believed that by using herbal medicine, they were carrying out God's will. Manuscripts from this time often included both practical advice on treating illnesses and religious prayers or invocations, merging the physical and spiritual aspects of healing. One of the key religious beliefs that shaped medieval herbalism was the doctrine of signatures. This doctrine taught that God had marked plants with signatures clues that indicated their healing properties. For example, a plant with heart-shaped leaves might be used to treat heart conditions, while a root that resembled a liver could be used to heal liver ailments. Medieval healers believed that these signatures were God's way of guiding them toward the right remedies. The doctrine of signatures reinforced the idea that herbal medicine was not only natural but also divinely ordained. These visual clues shaped the way medieval herbalists selected plants for treatment. While some of these associations were purely symbolic, many had practical benefits, and the doctrine of signatures became an important tool for herbalists navigating the natural world. Herbal medicine in the Middle Ages was often accompanied by prayer and religious rituals. Monks and healers would recite prayers, invoke saints, or make offerings before administering treatments. This combination of spiritual and physical care was believed to provide holistic healing, addressing both the body and the soul. Saints were frequently called upon for their intercession in healing, with different saints associated with specific illnesses. For example, Saint Hildegard of Bingen herself recommended invoking the saints when applying herbal remedies, believing that divine intervention could enhance the effectiveness of the medicine. Villagers would often seek the help of saints like Saint Blaise for throat conditions or Saint Roch for protection against the plague. Alongside these invocations, herbal remedies would be used to support the physical healing process. Religion also influenced the way people sought healing beyond herbal medicine. Pilgrimages to holy sites, shrines, and relics were common in medieval times, as many believed that visiting these sacred places could bring about miraculous cures. Shrines dedicated to healing saints often included gardens filled with medicinal herbs, blending faith with practical remedies. These healing shrines became important centers of both spiritual and herbal medicine. Pilgrims would often collect herbs from the sacred grounds, believing that the plants were imbued with divine power and could cure their ailments. The medieval church also played a significant role in regulating the practice of herbalism and medicine. While the church supported the use of herbal remedies, it also sought to control who could administer these treatments. Monastic healers were often preferred, while lay healers and wise women were sometimes viewed with suspicion. At times, the church's influence led to a division between officially sanctioned healers and those practicing folk medicine. Lay healers, especially women, were often marginalized or accused of witchcraft, despite their important role in the community. This tension reflected the complex relationship between religion, healing, and power in medieval society. Nevertheless, the church's endorsement of herbal medicine ensured that it remained a respected practice, especially when administered within the confines of monasteries and religious institutions. Religion shaped every aspect of life in the medieval world, and herbal medicine was no exception. For many medieval healers, the power of plants was a divine gift, a way to carry out God's will by healing the sick. The influence of religion on herbalism ensured that faith and nature worked hand in hand, creating a holistic approach to healing that endured throughout the Middle Ages. In the Middle Ages, illnesses and epidemics were a constant threat, devastating entire communities. Without modern medicine, medieval healers turned to the power of herbs to combat these major illnesses, using their knowledge of plants to create remedies that offered hope in times of despair. Though limited by the medical understanding of the time, these healers worked tirelessly to treat plagues, fevers, and infections. Many of the herbs they used had antibacterial, antiviral, and anti-inflammatory properties, making them valuable tools in fighting disease. The Black Death, or bubonic plague, was one of the most catastrophic epidemics in human history, killing millions in Europe between 1347 and 1351. Faced with a disease they didn't fully understand, medieval herbalists turned to what they knew best: herbs and plants to try and stop its deadly spread. Herbalists used plants like rosemary, sage, and lavender, believing their strong aromas could purify the air and protect against infection. These herbs were often burned in homes and public spaces and worn in pouches or masks to ward off the bad air believed to carry the plague. One of the most famous remedies from this time was known as Four Thieves vinegar, a concoction made from vinegar and a blend of powerful herbs like rosemary, sage, and garlic. According to legend, this mixture was used by thieves to protect themselves from the plague as they robbed the homes of the dead. While these herbal treatments couldn't stop the plague, they were part of the medieval attempt to understand and control the disease. Many of the herbs used, like garlic and sage, do have antibacterial properties, though they were only partially effective in the face of such a deadly epidemic. Fever was another common and dangerous symptom of many medieval illnesses, often linked to infections or diseases like typhoid and dysentery. Herbalists used cooling herbs and plants to reduce fever and provide relief to the patient. Willow bark was one of the most effective remedies used in medieval times for reducing fever and pain. Known today as a natural source of salicin, which is similar to aspirin, willow bark was boiled into a tea and given to patients suffering from high fevers or aches. Herbs like yarrow and elderflower were also used to help bring down fevers by promoting sweating. Herbalists believed that by encouraging the body to sweat, they could help release the illness and reduce the patient's temperature. Garlic, another powerful antibacterial herb, was often applied to wounds and infections. Combined with honey known for its antimicrobial properties, this mixture was used to draw out infection and promote healing. Respiratory illnesses like pneumonia, bronchitis, and tuberculosis were prevalent in medieval times, often exacerbated by poor living conditions and harsh winters. Herbalists turned to a variety of plants to treat the lungs and ease breathing. Thyme, known for its antiseptic and antibacterial qualities, was frequently used to treat respiratory infections. It was often brewed into a tea or inhaled as a steam to clear the lungs and reduce coughing. Herbalists also used plants like licorice root and marshmallow root, which helped to soothe the throat and reduce inflammation in the respiratory tract. These herbs were especially useful for treating persistent coughs and chest pain caused by lung infections. Licorice root was often turned into a syrup, combined with honey to make it easier to consume. The sweetness of the honey helped to coat the throat, while the licorice worked to soothe inflammation and open the airways. Digestive disorders, such as indigestion, dysentery, and food poisoning, were common in the Middle Ages. Herbalists used a variety of plants to calm the stomach, ease cramping, and promote healthy digestion. Peppermint was one of the most widely used herbs for soothing the stomach. Known for its ability to ease nausea and cramps, peppermint was often brewed into a tea and given to patients suffering from indigestion or food poisoning. Fennel, another popular digestive herb, was used to relieve bloating and gas. Its seeds were often chewed after meals or brewed into a tea to promote healthy digestion and ease discomfort. Ginger was also commonly used for digestive issues, especially to relieve nausea and settle the stomach. This powerful root was imported through the spice trade and became a staple remedy for everything from morning sickness to seasickness. Though limited by the knowledge of their time, medieval herbalists provided essential care to their communities, using the plants around them to treat the most common and the most devastating illnesses of the Middle Ages. Many of the herbs they relied on, like garlic, ginger, and willow bark, are still used in modern medicine today, a testament to their enduring power. Throughout ancient and medieval history, herbalism was a cornerstone of medicine. The knowledge of plants and their healing properties, passed down through generations, became a vital part of life in every village, monastery, and community. From the ancient Sumerians and Egyptians, to the Greeks and Romans, to the monks and wise women of medieval Europe, herbalists of all eras shared a deep respect for the natural world. Their understanding of plants as medicine was both practical and spiritual, grounded in observation and tradition. The herbal manuscripts of the Middle Ages, like Bald's Leech Book and De Materia Medica, preserved the wisdom of ancient healers. These texts were passed down, copied, and expanded upon for centuries, allowing future generations to learn from the experiences of those who came before them. Many of the plants used in ancient and medieval times, such as sage, garlic, and calendula, are still used in herbal medicine today. Their properties, whether antiseptic, anti-inflammatory, or soothing, remain as effective now as they were centuries ago. Modern medicine continues to draw from the ancient and medieval tradition of herbalism. Many pharmaceutical drugs today are derived from plant compounds, including aspirin, which was first discovered in willow bark, a remedy used for thousands of years to reduce pain and fever. The scientific study of herbal medicine has revealed the biochemical basis behind many of the remedies that ancient and medieval herbalists used. This research continues to uncover new applications for plants that have been healing people for millennia. Herbs like echinacea, elderberry, and valerian are widely available today as supplements and natural remedies, continuing the legacy of ancient and medieval herbalism in the modern world. For many ancient and medieval herbalists, healing was about more than just treating physical symptoms. It was about balancing the body, mind, and spirit, an approach that continues to influence modern holistic practices. Today, herbalism is often integrated into holistic medicine, which considers the whole person body, mind, and spirit in the healing process. This ancient philosophy of balance and natural healing still resonates with people seeking alternatives to conventional medicine. Herbalists today continue to practice this ancient art, using time-tested remedies alongside new discoveries in plant medicine. Whether treating minor ailments or promoting overall wellness, the role of the herbalist remains vital in both traditional and modern healthcare. Through workshops, education, and holistic practices, modern herbalists are keeping this ancient knowledge alive, sharing it with new generations, and ensuring that the wisdom of the past continues to thrive in today's world. The legacy of ancient and medieval herbalism is one of resilience, adaptation, and deep connection to the earth. Though centuries have passed, the fundamental principles of herbal medicine remain the same. The belief that nature holds the key to healing and that through plants we can nurture both body and soul. That wraps up the role of herbalists in ancient and medieval healthcare series. We've journeyed through centuries of herbal wisdom, from ancient trade routes and religious practices to the enduring remedies still in use today. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of how the past continues to shape the way we heal. If you enjoyed the series, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Keep nurturing that connection with nature, and remember the legacy of herbalism is alive and growing.